Hi everyone, welcome to another video. So Qwen just put out yet another spin of their largest Qwen 3.235B model, which was great to begin with, but is now supposedly even better. First off, this is a 235B model with active parameters of around 22 billion, which is quite good. Anyway, previously this model represented a hybrid thinking model. That means you could ask it to think by turning on a thinking layer, and it would basically start reasoning. However, now they have said that after getting feedback from the community and thinking it through, they decided not to use a hybrid thinking mode. Rather than combine the instructed thinking and instructed reasoning models, they are going to train both models separately for the maximum quality. Therefore, the model has to be non-hybrid anymore it is separated. They have released the Instruct model without reasoning, and this performed better than their previous releases. The Instruct model beats Kimi K2 in the benchmarks according to them, which is incorrect, and I will explain why in a moment. Anyways, they say it has huge improvements in general capabilities like instruction following, logical reasoning, text comprehension, mathematics, science, computer programming, and using tools. It also has huge improvements in long-tail knowledge coverage across multiple languages. It also seems to have improved alignment to user values in subjective and open-ended tasks, allowing for more helpful responses and better quality text generation. They also have improved capabilities in understanding 256K long contexts. They have also increased context length, which is good to see for sure. Metrics are one thing, but the only way to know if it works well for you or not is by giving it a go yourself. So, I'll show you just how you can set it up with ROO, Cline, and Kilo, and also how you can also use it for free. First off, with basic usage, that is chat usage and simple artifacts, you can use their Qwen Chat platform. Their Qwen Chat platform enables you to use this model completely for free and without any limitations, and it also has deep research and web dev capabilities you can try and use for daily tasks. Now, let me explain the pricing structure of this model. So, right now, you can get it on OpenRouter, and for pricing, it's about 15 cents for input and 85 cents for output, which is pretty reasonable. It's quite a bit cheaper than Kimi, which is great. It's a little bit cheaper than Gemini 2.5 Flash, which is decent pricing because if you don't need a bigger context window and still want a generally intelligent model, it might come in handy. Just for context, benchmarks of Qwen models aren't great. Qwen has been well known to treat benchmark questions. A good example is the other leaderboard. When the Qwen 2.5 model came out, it was like a 3.5 sonnet with it, ranking just a few places below the 3.5 sonnet at the time, which was wrong because no one would say it's as good as a 3.5 sonnet, yet it ranked there. Though it's commonly understood because they train on benchmarks for their scores. The other example is that the prior version of Qwen 3.235B also ranks above the Kimi K2 in the other benchmark, which wasn't even true in real-world use. So, I just want to bring up that the Qwen benchmarks have been known for training on particular benchmark questions to get a higher score. When it comes to open models, I am putting Kimi K2 first, then DeepSeek, then Qwen, and then others. So just remember that. Now, if you want to use it with coders like Ru, Cline, or Kilo, then you just have to show up in VS Code and have the latest extensions updated. So, just go to Cline or Ru, and then you can easily make a new profile here. Then, also select the OpenRouter option here, and then choose the Qwen 3.235B model. This is a free option from Shoots via OpenRouter, so you can also use that if you want. This is how you can set this up. Another option you can utilize for even more free limits would be using Kilo code, which is about $20 in free credits. Because Qwen is so inexpensive, you could do this for a while and test it out on your own scenarios too. You can just get it installed, then go to settings and select the Kilo code provider, and then select the new Qwen 3 model here, and then you can use it too. I have used it. I still think that Kimi is quite a bit better. Qwen is not as good, whereas Kimi is quite good. It works well in tool calling and everything. Whereas this Qwen model has quite a bit fail rates. With Kimi, the edits mostly work, whereas this gives the edit in some different format or something like that. That's pretty much how it works. I mean, for the price, the model is pretty sweet, it's really good, and it's open weights and relatively smaller than Kimi, which is good because not only theoretically you can fine-tune it, with a little investment you can host local, which is like super cool. I think we will have a Qwen 3 coder soon, which I think will be something good to use for coding. Time will tell. but I hope they are also going to open source Qwen Max model as well, because I like that model. They had said they would open source it, but nothing. Let's see if Grok get this model and how quickly, because I have been loving the Kimi K2 speeds there. Although it is a bit quantized there, it is still amazing to see as well, so that is mostly about it. I was going to talk about this, and I think it is really good. It is just that Qwen is now comparing itself to models it shouldn't be, which is kind of strange, but for the price and open weights, it is still really good for sure. Just try it for sure, you will see for yourself. Benchmarks are kind of worthless now, and none say which is better than others except your own testing.